Okay, good day, Dr. Zuraida. So for today, I'm going to present about my lesson plan on 3D shapes. Okay, first let me explain about the learning objective. Identify three-dimensional shapes based on description. Identify basic shapes of three-dimensional shapes. Okay, in this lesson plan, I included a pre-material because it is important for the pupils to know a brief idea on the topic that going to be learned in further. So in that case, I included a 3-minute video of real objects of 3D shapes uploaded in the Seesaw learning management system before the asynchronous class. So here the pupils need to list down 6 real objects from the video that they watched. Okay, this is to make sure whether they really watched the video or not. So this is more to the flipped classroom. Okay, now let's move on to the set induction where a YouTube video song related to 3D shapes were played to capture pupils' attention on the topic going to be learned. So pupils need to list the number of shapes watched in the video. So again, we want to make sure the student really look at the video and then at the same time they can dance together with the song. Okay, so it's more to the fun learning. Okay, now let me explain about the in-class activities. I have prepared 4 activities here. The first activity is a recall, where they recall on their prior knowledge of 2D shapes because 2D shapes is important to learn about the 3D shapes in further. So teacher uses the shapes of wheel of fortune to spin the wheels and pupils need to draw and name the chosen 2D shapes from the pointer of the wheel in LMS. Okay, now let's move on to the second activity, which is sketching. So pupils sketch the 3D shapes after watching the YouTube video provided by the teacher in LMS. So all the activities are done in LMS. Okay, now let's move on to the third activity, which is word wall. So people search the related word to the pictures of 3D shapes displayed on the screen with correct spelling in word search activity. So this is the third activity. Now let's move on to the group discussion for the fourth activity, where people watch a TikTok video on how to use the Tinkercad. And then pupils use Tinkercad to create the model discussed in a group. So pupils discuss about the 3D shapes creation model using the shared link in groups. So after they come up with their model, they will upload the model creation of groups in a Padlet. So now let's look at the assessment. The teacher evaluate the pupils using Bluecut gamified application by sharing the quiz link in the LMS. And then for the reflection, pupils add comments on the model created by other groups to identify the weaknesses and strength for improvement in Padlet. So here the pupils can also give rate for the other groups by using stars rating. Okay, for materials and references, we use Seesaw, LMS, YouTube, TikTok, Shape of a Wheel of Fortune, Wood Wall, Tinkercad, Padlet, and also Bluecut. So method of assessment, written, pupils where do the sketching and listing the 3D objects. Verbal, where pupils do the group discussion and spell out the word of 3D shapes. And then observation, 3D model creation in Padlet and also Bluecut scores. Okay, now let's look at the instructional design approach. So this is more to learner centered, where it's interactive and collaborative activities tailored to progress. And then we use 2 theories, which is constructivist theory and also behaviorist learning theory, where constructivist theory emphasize on the build of prior knowledge, emphasize on the real world application and active learning interaction with friends and teachers, and behaviorist learning theory where pupils learn through experience and interaction with environment. So the integrated assessment is peer reviews and teacher evaluation in Padlet and Bluecut. So the integrated model I used here is two. One is Ashwa and Gagni's 9 event. So for now, I only choose one model to explain in further. So A stands for analyze the learner. So we analyze the learner on their basic understanding of their 2D shape, including the circle, square, triangle, rectangle, and relate to the objects. So here they use the technology tools, which is shapes of wheel of fortune, where pupils draw the 2D shape and add a text beside the picture of the 2D shape. So this is more to the personal experience and also contextual learning in constructivist theory. Okay, now let's move on to S. S stands for state standards and objective, where the video played on 3D shapes where pupils need to list the three objects related in LMS. They will know the objective of their learning. And then the pupils sketch the 3D shapes with the demonstration and easy techniques after the watching the YouTube. So all these indicates they will know the learning objective that going to be learned in the lesson. So this is more to understanding of the content. Okay, now let's move on to the S. Another S, select media, materials, and technology. So this is when the pupils use the word wall to search the 3D shapes and then spell it correctly. And then they have to spell the 3D shape using audio recording in LMS. So this is how they use the materials and technology. And then the second one is digitalized shapes exploration, where they use the Tinkercad and explain how to use the media chosen to create simple model after watching the TikTok video in group discussion. So this is more to adaptability in the constructivities learning theory. Okay, so now U is utilize technology, media and materials. So this is where the people can manipulate 3D shapes by rotating and people can observe the properties by different views. So they can create a simple 3D shape model from group discussion using the shared link and also upload the 3D shape model in a Padlet. So this is more to question-based learning. So R require learner participation. This is very important in a group discussion when they do the Tinkercad to create the model through discussion with peers. Okay, this is to enhance the active learning and also cooperative learning in constructivities theory. Okay, now last but not least, E stand for evaluate and revise. So this is where the people upload the group 3D shape model in Padlet, where other groups add comments and give a star rating. So this is where they can improve themselves to identify their mistakes. So teacher conduct a online quiz through gamification using Looker to test their understanding on 3D shape discussed in the class. So this is more to formative evaluation. Okay, now let me explain about the LMS. So this is the teacher's dashboard where the teacher prepare all the lesson. This is the pre-material and this is the set induction on video song. This is the first activity, Wheel of Fortune. Second activity, sketching time. Third activity, word search. Fourth activity, the group discussion, which is a Tinkercad. And also the finally, for the evaluation, play booklet. So it is well organized. So this is the teacher's dashboard. So I will show you the student dashboard as well. So let's see, this is how to log in using the student, how to join the class. So they have the code here. Okay. So using the code, they can simply log in. Okay. So this is Jessica. So I just create one name, Jessica. So this is how the dashboard for the students. So it is well arranged according to the activity. Okay, so this is the set induction where they want to add response. So they just have to click the add response and then they can view the instruction given here. Let's sing a song together. They can read. So write how many shapes observed in the video. They can write the answer itself. So how many shape? 6. Okay, and then after they finish, they can send to the teacher. So everything is done in LMS. So this is the second activity, Wheel of Fortune names. So they want to add the response. Again, they have to read the instruction given here. Okay, so they can press the link and then spin it, the Wheel of Fortune. So now they have to name the shape. So this is triangle. So they have to name here. So this is how it is done in this activity. So you just have to write, okay, triangle. They have to spell triangle. And then they have to spin all the shapes. And then they have to name all the triangles, all the shapes, 2D shapes. Okay, so this is where they add the response and send to teacher. So the second activity done. Okay, now sketching time. So the student do the sketching time. So they will read the instruction, need to sketch the 3D shapes after watching the video. So they will watch this YouTube video and then they will sketch. Okay, they can use here, they can sketch in the LMS itself using the video. They can use the video as a reference and then they can start sketching. Okay, this is one of the example. Okay, so they have to sketch all the shapes, cone, pyramid, cuboid, everything, and then they have to add the response sent to the teacher. Okay, now let's move on to the next activity, which is a word search at response. So again, view instruction, all the instruction can look here and then they can play. Okay, so just now Jessica, right? Okay, never mind, I just start. Okay, so we have to find the word. Okay, cylinder. For example, cylinder. So I have to finish everything and then once done, then we can submit here. Okay, so now let's move on to the next activity, Tinkercad activity. This is more to in the group discussion. So all the instruction or the links are given here in the instruction. Watch the TikTok video by clicking the link. And then students in the group discuss about the proposed model. They have to choose this link and then they have to use this class code to enter. And then using the shared link, they can divide into groups. So different group will have a different link to do their project. So they will start modeling and then they will upload in the Padlet. Okay, so this is how the Tinkercad works. Okay, so join the class, design. Okay, so this is how it's done in a group and they open. Okay, so if you look here, there's a, okay, you can generate the new link and then you can share to the group members. So all the group members will have the same link and then they can they can create a model here through discussion. So this is how it is done for the group discussion. And then they have to upload in the Padlet. For example, like this. So for each group, they have to come up with one model and then they have to upload group A, group B, group C. They have to upload in the Padlet. So once done, we press correct, means it is done. So now left with the last activity, which is play blueprint. So at response and then they can click the link here. So they can play the blueprint and then the teacher will have the account where the teacher can access the students' scores. And then based on that, the teacher can decide whether want to do the enrichment class or the remedial class for the student. So that's all for today. I think I made it clear how I'm going to use the LMS and also the lesson plan. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much.